right off the bat, we just had Big J Okerson on the show a couple weeks ago.
What did he tell you?
He told us that you dosed him with LSD. That's what he told us.
Well, sure. Let's call it
that. To be honest, I will give it because look, when you Google and you research your name, a lot of controversy comes up, and I don't know if it's to your help or not. But I'll be honest with you. I started knowing you because of that. I think you've transcended through that. But all of that is also the allure of Ari Shaffir. But Big J came to your side and says, you're an undercover mensch, is what he wants. He says he wants everyone to know. And everybody seems to kind of come to your back for all the things that happen. So there's got to be a really good side to you, man.
Yeah, it's public perception. You're just like, if Ozzy's eating the fucking heads off bats on stage, you'd be like, he really worship the devil? And you're like, no, not really. It's
no,
for
he
show.
He just got into some good acid that night. You know?
Exactly. But the Big J dosing, look, everybody loves a good dosing, but as they were trying to dose me, I just subverted it over to Jay.
That's right.
I used him in that.
But Jay said that he wasn't involved in it. It was everyone else that was.
He was in the end, wasn't he?
Brilliant. But that's not the only time you dose somebody, though.
No, it's been a few times. But I'm actually really good at dosing. I've just had a couple like overboards, but really everybody had a good time. I'll stand by it. No one really had a bad time on it. Just you got to share it with your girlfriend or wife afterwards. They get pissed.
Yeah, I
you ever been dosed?
It was Bert's family that got pretty upset with you on that one.
Yeah.
Right?
I have it, but I have that weird thing where like I haven't done very many drugs. You and Johnny can probably definitely talk about drugs, but I was thinking about it when I heard all that. I was like, well, would I kind of want that because I wouldn't do it on my own so I could experience it because in my head, but then I'm like, no, because the safe zone, right? What if it goes wrong and you're like in the middle of a bunch of people and you're seeing it? So it is a back and forth.
I mean, it depends. I was at a festival in Georgia, middle of nowhere. And these guys, I'd never seen people test drugs before, but they were buying Coke, and then they were supposed to go to Bonnaroo, got rained out that year, and so a bunch of us went to this, like I call it a meth and country festival. It was just like hard rock, kind of like you guys, that genre, and like country. It was a weird festival, but it was cool as shit. But okay, curse on this, but anyway, someone's like, hey, they're buying Coke, like let's test it first, which I had just assumed meant let's see how good it is.
Right. You would think.
Yeah. Like, let me go test a bit. And then, but they were like, no, strips. Let's be safe. I was like, oh, okay. So they got out of their RV. They're like, that was 100% cocaine. It's pure. You guys can buy it.
No fentanyl.
No fentanyl. Okay, awesome. Then they were testing some acid for some lady's bus. And they go, that is 100% mescaline, not acid. Also, it was just dipped. This guy got it in his hand and he was like, fuck. He goes, it's for sure soaked through my hand.
Oh.
Yeah. And we were like, are you okay? You okay? We were like worried about him. But then he was like, oh, guys, it wasn't the trip I was planning, but like I've done drugs before. It's just unexpected,
yeah. At the end of the day, it's mescaline trip, LSD trip. I mean, come on. We're still going to have a good time.
Similar family. Exactly.
That fentanyl's fucked though, dude. It's like, we got a cop friend down in Oceanside, California, and he just talks about like, it's just rampant, dude. And you never know what's going on. And all the horror stories and shit. So
the Europeans look down like they're just like, you guys got to deal with that. It used to be you only OD'd if you went too hard.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you don't even have to go hard at all now. That's for me. It's a little scary on that. I don't fuck with cocaine anymore for that reason. I mean, like that's literally like I just like no, it's not worth it. Don't get me wrong. I've had plenty of great times, on cocaine and having a good time partying. And
it's just too much of a risk. It really is like no fun anymore. And everybody goes like, we'll test it. We'll test it. Like that's when you buy it from a dealer at home. Like if somebody's like, let's go to the bathroom in a bar, no one's testing that.
No one's doing that anymore. I hope the listeners and people at home know better just to do that now.
It's still happening, but it's a risk now.
Fucking A, man. Like,
dude,
it's just too much.
Our buddy who's a cop said that there was a dispensary and they're like funded by cartel, right? Because of all the money, you can't always go to banks. And that some of the cartels like, yeah, man, I'll give you some money, but you got to get my product in. But what they're doing is lacing a little bit of fentanyl in it because you got to have the superior product. So people aren't even realizing and they're getting some product in. I don't
know. That's another fucked up thing. If that's true, I heard the same thing from our friend. If that's true, that's fucked up. Now you're fucking with my weed in a legal dispensary. That's fucked up.
Putting fentanyl in weed. Can you smoke fentanyl?
I don't know. I don't even know. I don't think it works that way. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like your safe space. You go to a dispensary and you think like, oh, this is my safe space to buy shit. You know,
right?
That was always like I was like, yeah, I don't take drugs especially with press stuff and powder. It's like I don't know what's in this. Always, you know, before the fentanyl it was like could be a different drug, but with weed is always like nobody laces weed. Somebody gives you a joint, it's a joint.
Right.
Now you're saying no. What if I just killed myself right now?
Be a hell of a podcast, Ari.
Like, well, we got a clip.
This one's going viral.